Hi guys, nobody's here. Fuck, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. And the weather outside is frightful. My hands are cold and frightful. Never really a place to go. Except I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. This poor cat here has got a window open. And his car is being covered in snow. That's not going to be fun for him. Hi, Lynn, don't you know? Windows open and it's snowing outside. That's one way for a core to disappear tonight. So, yeah, guys, it's Brian Loma, aka Cut the Plastic. And you might say, why the fuck are you walking in this snow? It looks cold outside. And I'm going to tell you the truth. It is cold. The reason I'm walking is that my bus is half an hour late. And I want to be clear about this. This is the number 44 bus for the regional transit district. It's it's running 25 minutes late on a 30-minute route. That means that I would stand outside for 25, 30 minutes waiting for the next bus, or in the same amount of time or less, I could walk to the train. Oh, folks, that's what we're doing. We're walking to the train because it's a beautiful snowy afternoon, evening in downtown Denver. It's beautiful outside. If I had some gloves, maybe I'd make a snowman. Snowman, like your man. There's snowman like you. No, I don't know. So why don't I call Liberty Freak and see if he can pick me up? So here's the deal, folks. Look at that, man. He's got snow on his head. That's how bad it is. I don't need to call Liberty Freak for a ride. My legs aren't broken. Plus, there's some things about Liberty Freak's house that make it his house. And I wouldn't just ask a person to bring their house to me and be like, yo, man, bring your house to me. It is pretty. Uh, and and the reality is that, yeah, my hands are cold. Yeah, I'm walking for 30 minutes. It's good exercise, keep me out of trouble. Uh, but by the time I get to the bus station, the train stop, whatever, the bus would already, I'd still be waiting on the bus. Anyway, here's the deal, folks. Wow, that's pretty. The snowflake land? It must have. Uh, 22 feels like 14. Yeah, that's about what my fingers feel like right now. 14 degrees. I had to stop for a dispensary. It's medical? Oh, you don't work here. Well, you sure smell nice. Yeah. So let's find out. This is a medical and rec. How much are ounces? Medical. 170 for a medical ounce? That's 170 for a medical marijuana ounce? No, I pay like $75 an ounce, dear. I might be willing to pay 100. No, that's cool. All right, that's cool. Thank you. Could you believe that we live in such a world that we might actually say, no, your weed is too expensive and I won't buy it? That's what I $170 an ounce. Yes, I remember when ounces used to run $300 to $400 a piece, but this is Denver, Colorado in 2019. And if you try hard enough, you can get a medical ounce for $35. So I don't know that it's a ripoff. It's just expensive, and I'm not willing to pay it. So instead, we'll just keep walking home. There's pot at the house. We just made a big old jar of oil. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Marco's Pizza? No. Sorry, do you know the intersection? Street name? Lawrence or Larimer. Do you know the cross street? I think you're at 22nd. Might be that way. Anyway, guys, yeah. Look at this beautiful cold. Okay, smoking dried banana peels does not do anything for you. I don't know who that idiot is. $220 an ounce in Chicago. You know, for $300, I could fly in with 7 ounces on me at a lot lower price. Just buy my ticket. No, I'm joking. I don't illegally transport cannabis. I only fly with my own medical supply. Yes, Anthony Gonzalez. Wait, who's Anthony Gonzalez? Is that Antonio? No, that's not. I'm thinking Guzman. Never mind. 170 there, huh? 220. Yeah, I mean, when you can go to the Green Triangle and buy a pound of trim for $300, there's no point in paying $170 an ounce in Denver. It's all relative, folks. It's all relative. Isn't it beautiful down here? 20th. There's a dispensary. I can wait till I get home. It's cold outside. Anyway, guys, what do you want to talk about? We'll talk about Eric Brandt. 3 of the 6 people on the jury got jury notification flyers. We know that for sure. What I don't know for sure is why he got found convicted guilty. Except that there were 3 charges piled on him. So they had to get him for 1. If you're waiting for the 44, it's like half an hour late. I'm walking to my next spot because the bus I was waiting for was 30 minutes late. Okay, have a good day. You too. He doesn't care that he's standing there for half an hour. It's okay. So, yes, disturbing the peace. It'll be gone by tomorrow. It probably will be. Hopefully, Pikes Peak Auditors is on his way up here, though. I know he likes to push that water around for $25 an hour. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that's about it, right? Oh, well, thanks, Jacob. I'm not sure where here is, but, you know, we all got to light it up sometimes. So I heard some interesting news today, guys, and let's, I'm just running through my mind. Guzman is not on my mind. Seattle's on my mind. Turns out Seattle's like this broken experiment where like the average median white income is like $400,000 a year. And the African American income is like $60,000 a year, some shit like that. They can't afford the cost of living. The place is falling apart. It's a mess. But it also turns out that there might be a tent on every corner because people have a right to house wherever they can put up sites. That's a bad example to what could be the worst or the best in humanity, depending on how we look at it. But I haven't had a lot of time to look at Seattle. I'm just hearing these things that people are telling me through the grapevines. And, they got some beautiful examples of what works down there. Tiny home villages, communities where they are allowed to camp and have rules, drug-free zones. Yeah, drug-free zones. You want to do meth? You can't camp here. I think it's a great idea. Self-regulation. People generally want to do the good thing if we give them a chance to. Generally. You have a bong pack about to smoke it. Globeville. Globeville. No, not that one. I'm not that far from Globeville. Well, I'm walking in the opposite direction. And I appreciate all you guys, you know. When you watch us, when you share what we're going on, what we got going on, when you talk to other people about it, you're driving the conversation. You're driving the impacts, the agents of change that we're looking for. Right? And that's what we really want in the world. People who create greater amounts of change. Tiny harms. Oh, tiny harms are cool. Smoke it up. It's all 420 here. It's always 420 here. Man, is that my lens or is that the lights? Because that shit's cool with all the greens over there. Okay, Jacob. Here's what we'll do. You buy me a ticket and I'll come visit. We'll make that happen. It's 420 in Lynn's living room. It's probably in Janet's living room too, but no, it's not. Because I'm not there. It's snowing. It's beautiful, guys. It's so beautiful. Look at the laser lights going on over there. Yeah, 120 an ounce. Look, that is the downtown Denver price, okay? I'm going to go to the dispensary where I'm a member, and I'm going to pay $75 out the door. Can you see how snowy I am? Even my buttons are covered. Good evening. Happy Friday. And happy Friday to you. It sure is, Purdy. I'm going to try to see if I can find a dry spot in one of my pockets or something. Hook you up with a better view. Here's a guy surviving. He's going to go hide in a parking garage somewhere, which is about one of the best places for us in a parking garage, for sure. So Denver. Denver's this interesting beast, guys. Weed's not legal in Texas, Blue Watch. The hell are you talking about? I've smoked pot in Texas. 19 years old. Bought my first 2 ounces in downtown Dallas. So I have the munchies. So listen, I don't really get the per se munchies. I have pain or less pain. If I do a really good job, maybe I'll have no pain for an hour or two. Otherwise, forget about it. That's just not the way it is. What it is clear walking scenes, though.
Get some snow eyelashes.
Yeah, everything's snowy, isn't it? It's beautiful. Pot is legal everywhere. It's a natural plant. Yeah, marijuana, the plant of life, the tree of life. It's in the book of life. It's also in other books. So not everybody calls that the book of life. Anyway, why in the heck am I walking? So, no, I'm not going to freeze to death. And that's it. See, if I really was that cold, I got $10 in my pocket. I could go buy a beer. I could go warm up. Right? I'm not homeless. Right? I got options. But you see, the bus was 30 minutes late. And because the bus was 30 minutes late, I said, I'm going to walk. Because me walking to my train is faster than waiting for a bus for 30 minutes. Because that's just fucking stupid. Right? Who's waiting half an hour for a bus? Not sure what's going on there. Don't you hate it? Yeah. Sorry about that leg there, guys. I mean, it's cold outside, right? Like, it's chilly. I'm not dying. I'm walking. And there's nothing wrong with a little exercise in the cold. If Pikes was up here right now, he'd be dressed to the nines, shoveling snow. It'd be a lot better if I had my snow pants from Colorado Donkey Watch, but I left them in his truck. It's my own fault for not having them on me. So we'll just survive. Right, it's not that bad. Beautiful night outside. Hey, Cybertron. Thanks, Jason. We like you. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice to get those likes and those shares. I thought, about this for a while, and I'm not really doing this for the money. We do it because we care, because we got a message to get out there. Because that's a crane, by the way. Isn't that crazy, that light blue? It's like a Rockies blue. Purple. Yeah. Just saying. Somebody stop and get happy hour anywhere. I'm waiting for my train. So I'm going to go get my train. 7:05. My train comes in 10 minutes. Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate all you guys. We really do. Man, you think about how many people don't have a place right now? Somebody's probably going to, I hate to say this, it's horrible. But it's February 22nd, 2019. Snowing at 22 degrees outside. It might get down to 14 degrees, feels like right now. So we're going to go inside the Union Station here and figure out how we got to get up. There it is. I knew there was a walkway. I was worried about those do not enter signs that you can't see. But, hot air. Blast the hot air. Oh, look at the wind blowing on me. It's beautiful. Just some fire air coming out of the thing there. It's really a blower fan from the grills. That hot air smelled like bacon and French fries. Mmm. Yeah, it's beautiful. So what do you want to bet? I got 10 minutes to go catch my train. What do you want to bet? There's some unhoused people hanging out downstairs. I got 5 on it. Think they're being harassed tonight? Think they're being told to move along? Well, that's true and not true. Cannabis isn't the only solution. And the thing is that if we go inside, if we go outside, we're going to be seeing a little bit of what's going on. That'll probably be a lot of underprivileged people who don't have a fixed hit code. Thank you. Appreciate that. Real quickly, let's see what it looks like in here. Oh, look at all the snow that came off of me. That's funny. Yep, that's all off my body. Just for fun. That's the snow I was wearing a moment ago. There it is. That big pile of snow right there, that fell off my head. Isn't that funny? Lots of people inside, people looking for the train. Quick survey look says, yes. There are security guards here. There are watchers watching. But a large crew, this looks to be tourism. Not a lot of underprivileged people here today. You can tell quickly scanning. 1 or 2. Most of them seem to not be here. Everybody here seems to have a place to go, has clothing, has backpacks that's traveling. Nobody seems to be, maybe 1 or 2. But for the most part, it's pretty good. You got a place to stay tonight? They get out to the shelter yet? Gonna stay in the shelter even on this weather, huh? Too much theft, bugs. What's the deal? Yeah, I feel you. All right, I gotta catch my train. Be good, man. I got 6 minutes to catch my train. That's all the way through. Sorry, I got no cash on me. I would help you out.
Hey, breakfast Sunday morning at the Corner Bakery on 16th and Tremont.
Okay, so that's the A line. And generally, when the A line comes, you got 2 minutes to catch the next bus train on the other side of the building. So we're gonna walk down the stairs real quick. Excuse me, sir, and move toward our direction because I want to cover a moment or two inside. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you know what? Our streams don't always have to be like fuck the police and harassment, but we sure can find it if stick around long enough, you'll find something worth recording. I'll probably miss the next bus because of this. What do you think? Votes for one or two? So here's what we're doing, folks. We're just gonna hang on. Yeah, one. There's 1-1. It says stay here, huh? This is it. That's what we're talking about, folks. Just take a moment. Liberty Cause and Joshua Bradford and Nat. Did I sent you an email, Nat? I don't think you wrote me back, but I wanted to thank you. Yeah, we're here. We're not going anywhere. I can't do anything in this situation though because he's sleeping and I don't have access to a shelter, right? So all we can do is put a camera on him that's not government controlled cameras in the hopes that he doesn't end up in handcuffs. No, Richard, I'm not drowning my sorrows after a loss. The fact that the government put 3 charges on Eric Brandt and was barely able to succeed with one, you have to understand that if they hadn't piled those charges on like they did, this case wouldn't have stood for 18 months. Jacob, your PlayStation has to go through multiple systems. In fact, these guys are having fun. We can watch that for a second. They get it. They're laughing. It's all good. So the PlayStation is going through multiple systems, right? Your phone, your iPad's getting a live feed from the internet. Your PlayStation has to go through Sony, whatever internet feed is going through. It has to go to Sony and then come to you, so there's going to be a delay. You know, he's not publicly doing anything other than just standing there and watching him. So as far as I'm concerned right now, he's publicly protecting him while he sleeps. And that's a good job for RTD security guards. Publicly protect people while they get a little nap in. Don't you agree, folks? Yeah, I should have. See, I didn't stop for the joint. PlayStations, huh? That must be nice. Look, here's the deal, Kark. I don't have to publicly shame people, cause a scene, and risk arrest. My job is to be a watcher. Protect, to oversee. Alright? So if I stand here for an hour on my phone, and this man sleeps for an hour, is that better for him? Probably. It's just the way of the world today. He is napping. And No, I don't think that Eric Stick has run its course. I think that Eric's has been charged for multiple things over and over again. Because sticks aren't done if the travesties aren't if they're still being completed. I love these guys. Pikachu. Nat, you're in Australia. Oh my. No, it's not a game. It's not a shtick. And it's a good question, guys, to ask what people have done or are doing and why we're observing. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out. I just walked up. I just stopped.
You know Bubba in prison? Yeah, she's the one that's talking.
Do you know Bubba in prison? She had a big dick. Bubba in prison. That's what they're talking about over there.
Oh my God.
Bubba in prison.
She is 7 feet.
So that is RTD private security. From the looks of it here, I can't tell for sure. It might be RTD security full-fledged. But a lot of their security agents are not actual RTD employees. They're subcontractors. Oh yeah, screaming and yelling and all Sunday, in all seriousness, on a Sunday makes absolute sense. You two are beautiful human beings. Enjoy your evening.
Oh my God. Dad, is that you?
Yes, they are armed. So we could ask him some questions if you'd like. He's got a gun. It's fully loaded. That means there's 9 in it, 8 in the clip and 1 in the chamber, or 9 in the clip and the chamber, plus 2 or 3 clips in addition to the one that's in the loaded gun. I don't know if they're. Let's ask my friends. Let's ask this guy some questions. Excuse me, sir. How you doing, man? Oh, I'm good. So my friends have some questions because they want to know: are you a sworn peace officer?
No, sir, I'm security.
You're and is that a union position or a? Hi.
I've seen you before. I'm trying to go to Englewood, so which way? I'm so confused.
Inglewood. That way to the train lines.
So now I missed that train. Do I have to go underneath and around?
It's one way.
Thank you.
Yep. Go to the next one. See what she was doing. She's trying to interrupt my stream. It's really obvious. Oh, it's fuzzy. Does that help, guys? There we go. She's got to go up the second set of stairs. Oh, you know this guy's sleeping, and my friends and my fans, they wanted to ask some questions of this guy. So, you said you're a private security guard. You're not a peace officer, but you carry a gun. And how many bullets are in your gun currently?
Currently?
Yes.
16.
60? 16. Is 15 in the clip and 1 in the chamber? Yes. So he's not a peace officer. He carries 1 in the chamber. 16 is a big clip for most. For most guys, only carry 9, if I remember correctly.
Depends on what kind of gun.
Depends on the gun you have. And how many additional 16 round clips are you carrying? So he's got 2 additional clips of 15 bullets because there's 1 in the chamber. Right? So he's got 2 15 clips there. He's got the on his right hand side. He's got the. What kind of gun is it that holds 16? That's what the next question is. Good questions, guys. You're doing a great job. It's a Glock 22 that he's carrying. Huh? You see? You're just talking. It's a 9mm. That's right. These guys are saying, so do you have to buy your own gun, or does the RTD provide that for you? It's RTD's gun. So you don't actually own the gun. It's leased or borrowed.
Get the same gun? Does everybody get the same gun?
Everybody gets a Glock. Interesting. What else is it? Has you ever had to use it? Nat wants to know if you've ever had to use it.
No.
That
Thank goodness.
that's a thank goodness. Yes. Now, that's a dirty question. I don't know if we should ask that one. All right, we'll ask it. So a few weeks back, maybe a month or so now, some of your coworkers were found guilty of some very dastardly crimes against the homeless by beating somebody up. You've never done that, right? Never. Okay. So, he's never done that. So they're asking next, why are you hanging out over this guy? Are you protecting him while he sleeps?
So he requested detox, so I'm making sure he doesn't throw up, he doesn't choke on his vomit.
So you're helping him not being a dick.
Okay, so he's helping him and not being a dick. That's really cool. And that's why I didn't yell at him, right? But I had a nice conversation with the guy because we got to be human together one way or the other. So he asked for detox. When he asked for detox, did you smell a mass quantity of alcohol coming out of his mouth?
I can definitely smell the alcohol.
Okay. Do you think that if he wasn't woken up, that he wouldn't have asked for detox and he would have just slept?
The reason I contacted him because he was laying on the floor. I want to make sure he was all right. At that time, I could smell
The alcohol.
yes. And so
Yeah.
I asked him if he wanted detox or an ambulance, if he was doing all right, and he wanted a detox.
He wanted a detox. And that's a good leading question because it's probably better than asking him if he wants to go to jail. Right? Because nobody really wants to go to jail. But it happens sometimes because people need a place to sleep in the snow. And if he's probably pretty intelligent to come inside and stay warm instead of freezing and dying outside. So thankfully you're not like just making him a criminal. But he drank and so he can't sleep because he was sleeping on the floor. And it's probably not real comfortable to sleep in a chair because these chairs are not comfortable to sleep in. And as you guys see, they're designed with armrests in the middle so that you can't lay across them and sleep them. But you see, these guys are hanging out and they're cool with them. So, but you see, what happened was I was going to catch my train and I was on the camera talking to people, and then we saw this happening. So we want to engage in the conversation. We want to ask, right? And so you're probably waiting on an ambulance.
Yes.
And so will that ambulance show up escorted or unescorted? Unescorted. So because you're private security and a gun-wearing civilian, you're able to handle the situation without Denver Police Department arriving?
Correct.
Okay. How do you feel about the 80 people who died in the bathrooms here?
That's before my time, so I don't know too much about it. I had to.
Do you think it's probably a sad sign of where our society is, though?
Yes.
Because I'm betting that when you signed up for this job, you didn't think you'd have to be sending people to be locked up or be detoxed because they got no other place to go.
Yes.
I mean, when I grew up and when I had jobs in the, that were in the public sector, I didn't expect to have to deal with those things myself either, right? Now, as a private citizen, it just become like my faith walk to make sure that people, when we see them, are not in a negative situation. And the last time that I actually put a camera on somebody in this building, the man was waiting for his bus, and he was waiting for the Tower bus, which we know that's like once every 5:15s or something like that, right? Statistically, it's not a common bus because it goes all the way out to the end of the city, and that's Aurora. So he was in handcuffs for waiting for his bus, and I went to court the next day because they hauled him out of here in handcuffs, and he never went to the jail. They hauled him away and released him somewhere else. So, maybe he didn't go to jail because we stood here with a camera on him all night. But, no, it's not. Actually, that's a false statement, EJ Nix. Usually when people are homeless, it's because they've had an accident or an illness that causes them to miss 2 weeks or more of pay, and that 2 weeks of pay is the balance that they live on to be able to pay bills or not pay bills. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. You know the Barefoot One Eric Brandt. How you doing? I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. You want a brownie for your journey, your travels?
Sure. Are they special brownies?
No, they're not. I did realize that though as I was thinking about that people might think that.
Well,
With meat on it?
I'm sorry?
Sandwich with meat?
With meat in them? No, we don't. Just
no, but you need a brownie. You should have this one.
well, I have two. Why don't you take this one?
Oh, I'm just gonna give it to somebody else. If it's not a special brownie,
It's not a special brownie.
then I would probably give it to somebody in need, right?
Yeah.
But I see there's like people with a crate here. Are you handing? You're all handing out brownies
Some of them are special.
that are special because you're a group of people, and because you're a group of people handing out brownies with love. So who are you with?
We're all from DU.
Is there a school that you're attending, like the School of Law or Health or Sociology, or
We're law students.
from the Strum School of Law? Yeah. You see, these are students that will either have participated in the Too High a Price #2, or they'll probably be participating in versions 3 or 4, because the Sturm Law School does a lot on homelessness in Denver and the state of Colorado.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you should look up. There's 2 fantastic reports called Too High a Price, and the first one looked at the cost of homelessness. And so, for example, the law students estimated that Boulder had spent $1 million a year deterring homelessness instead of solving it. Well, it turns out that and maybe it was only like 100,000 that they get. That's what it was. They guessed it was like 100,000, and Boulder got mad. Turns out it was over $1 million that year that they had spent, and they were mad because the estimate was too high. So, yeah, I think it's awesome that you guys are down here handing out brownies as students.
I'm glad we
And
could meet you. What's
I
your name?
appreciate it. So I'm Brian.
Brian, so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, John.
Yeah.
Lauren, it's nice to meet you. Currently, I am working to find a new mayor for the city of Denver.
Okay.
You might have heard of Lisa Calderon. She's a lawyer as well and a doctor in education. And she has spent over 20 years using her law degree for pro bono, for not-for-profit, ending the school to prison pipeline, right? Getting children deterred and getting adults out of that recidivism, helping find working solutions in our community. She's running for mayor.
That's fantastic.
It is amazing, and I'm so honored to be working for him. But what's really also fun is that there's a community of people on Sunday mornings who feed on the 16th Street Mall.
Oh, perfect.
And one of your alum from the law school, or almost an alum,
Almost.
I won't call him out because it's kind of famous in our circles.
Okay.
He, wait. We just got security guards switched. So the good news is that we're allowing armed men to hold watch over sleeping individuals. We like that. We'll come and ask you some questions in a minute, sir. Occupy Denver. Weekly meals.
Yeah.
Boycott the urban camping ban on the 16th Street Mall to get businesses to look at their social role and their moral responsibility of claiming personhood and helping make laws like the urban camping ban and the sit and rest ordinances, and not be willing to pay for the solutions like land grants and telling city maybe they should take one of their 500 parks and turn it into a campground for people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I haven't thought of that before. That's great to hear.
Sounds like you're really active in the community.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We all got to do something.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
no,
Yeah, it was, sorry, Brad?
Brian.
Brian.
Hold on, wait. I'll give you a card.
Oh, nice.
That's the personal one. It's made out of hemp.
Thank you
Because
kindly.
you can get business cards that are made with Colorado sunshine, water, and soil.
Perfect. How about
Isn't
that?
that awesome?
Brian, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you have a great
both. Yeah,
evening.
you guys too. Thank you for being out here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're not magical though, except that they're magical because they're giving them out. They're not going to make you see purple frogs and pink elephants. But we have increased our numbers from 1 security guard to 4. So you're hanging out here, and we're assuming that you're hanging out here because the other guy had to be relieved. You don't speak? Okay, well then I'll go like this. Please identify yourself. You know, our TV security guard, the policy is to identify. And your name, sir? And that was Edward. Do you have a badge number or other identifying? 1903. 1903. Thank you. Good job, sir. So he's not going to comment on why he's here. But we already know that conversation. And he's left-handed. Do you notice the gun's on his left hip? How many bullets are in that gun? Is it the standard 16 with 1 in the chamber? Or using a smaller clip in a different size gun today? He's not having conversation. So, golly, it's just another Friday night. Somebody needs to sleep. So we've got to watch our watchers to make sure that the sleepers are protected. Oh man, there's a hey, thanks. It's a magazine, not a clip. Thanks. It's a magazine because there's a difference between a book and a movie. They call it a 30-round clip for some reason. So, yeah, magazine. All right, that's fine. So, I don't know. We could ask him, is he okay? Do we want to check? He's just playing on TV, man. It's live. You know how it is. Yeah, no, we all got to showboat a little bit, right? It's still 4 cops. Should we ask them? Hey, man, you okay? Sir, you okay? You know they're coming to take you to detox, huh? Is that what you want to do, go to detox tonight? All right. He said, yeah, he's good. He knows what's going on. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a firearms expert. I'm a salesman. And I don't have to be a firearms expert because I have a marijuana license. I have a legal authority to carry 7 ounces of marijuana at a time. And to carry 7 ounces of marijuana, you're not allowed to walk around with fully loaded firearms and concealed carry permits or any of that stuff. So we want to ask him? Yeah. So we want to ask him. So Nat wants to know if you're a hip gangster or if you're a wannabe. He's got a little bit of a smile, Nat. You think he's cute, huh? I don't know if he's flying to Australia to see you. Maybe I'm just making things up. I never know. Sorry, Nat. You know he doesn't know who you are. We're just having fun. Jokes, games. This guy says he's going to detox. And these guys are making sure that he sleeps well. Yeah, no, he's not dead on his ass. He's moving around. He was laying down, sleeping comfortably on a hard surface. Just slipping on the water over here. Thank gosh they were around to help pick him up. Got to be careful with that slippery but wet floor. Too bad there's like 3 private security guards and not 1 person keeping things dry. Maybe that'll change here. They'll ask for somebody to get a rubber or something. So he's still bouncing around and moving. 45 minutes later, you know, I could go get on a bus now. Like this. Oh.
Even looking crappy like me. Oh, wicked.
There's all kinds of people just hanging out. Looks like it's still snowing out, huh? That's how I looked 10 minutes ago, folks. Soaking wet in the cold. There's the ambulance. There's the ambulance. They're coming here. But see, I had to let them know because he wasn't. He's standing guard. Oh, Nat, I saw. Oh, gosh, you are a firecracker, huh, honey? Thanks. Next time I go to Fiji, maybe you'll have to come visit. It's not that far from Australia, huh? Oh, well, he's a gentleman. He's going to get the door. See, way to go, ladies. We were wondering if he was a gentleman, and you just proved that he was. Yeah, he's going to detox. That's what he asked for. He asked for detox because he was sleeping comfortably on the floor, and somebody decided to interrupt his sleep. Not me. We're making sure he doesn't go to jail. We'll help with the doors, huh? Because he can't get them both himself. Keep them warm tonight, huh, ladies? Thank you. So they're gonna go put him in the ambulance. And away he goes. April, May, yes, huh? Oh, that's a ha 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 ha.
You guys been doing before you came here. I'm just kidding.
We were at the library.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, you never do know. You got to make sure that we're safe and keeping an eye out for everybody's benefit.
I was watching cartoons, but then I saw it.
My bus will come every 15 minutes. The Denver Law School will be there. And there's lots of people staying warm in the cold. And so, because we did what we did, nobody got ID'd, nobody got trespassed, nobody got harassed with. Of course, we also didn't just get through and onto our train, but such is the world of life.
Such a beautiful life.
It's such a beautiful life, right? Sometimes you just gotta hang out and make sure somebody gets safe. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta dig in your nose. Keep it real.
Oh, well, I wasn't trying to put that on
Put it
camera.
on camera.
Oh.
I'm keeping it real. That's a booger. That's what a booger is. And I rap, sing, and do poetry. I need something. You know what? Don't start hating.
Well, there is a bathroom down there. You got some Kleenex down there and stuff.
I got fingernails.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what?
So yeah, we just glad, you know, see that he's being detoxed. We're gonna keep an eye on that, make sure there's Fuzzy doesn't show, huh?
Hey, look.
There they are, they're climbing in.
Hey, bro, come here real quick. Hey, bro, come here. Come here real quick, bro.
There's always something going on. So this is just the limited resources, but they're in the shuttle. No cop cars. It looks like we're gonna be okay, but we're gonna wait and see if they take them or if they get a squad car for them, because that would be too easy, wouldn't it? Thank you. Thanks, Guiding a Fourth, G Devil, Beanie. Matt, did I say hi to you yet? Of course I did, because I like you. Froggy Master. So yeah, that's a good question. Where were they taking? Yeah, he got in safely for now. That's basically it, right? He got drunk. He probably doesn't have any money because he drank it tonight. He doesn't have a place to live. You think the man wanted to get drunk and fall asleep in the Union Station to have to go to detox? Probably not. It's probably not his goal today. But his goal probably was to stay alive and not die. And so he did that, right? He came inside. He fell asleep. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now we just keep an eye on it. Kind of waiting to see if they drive away or if a squad car shows up. So I'm just hanging out for a little bit. And yeah, we'll just call it a day. A little bit. Thank you guys though, and I appreciate all of you. You know, this is just what happens when we miss our bus because it's half an hour late. Guess what? That bus probably would have gotten me here already if I'd stayed outside for half an hour. And then we wouldn't have seen this, right? I'm still just hanging out. Just keeping an eye on it. I got none on it. Thanks, April May. Yeah, I've had that hangover. Woke up in detox, pissed as hell. There they go. They left. No piggies. So that's good. 41. My train leaves in 4 minutes. So we're gonna move across now in a hurried pace. Somebody dropped a glove. There's 2 gloves. One's on the floor. Always helping out. Have a beautiful day. Look at. It's not like it's wet out or anything. The Zamboni is leaving tracks. See the gleaming tracks, the lines? It's only cold day, and the Zamboni is leaving walking tracks. Why you calling me big boy, man? That's how, yeah, I do like it big. That's how I am. Big. I wouldn't like it if I was tiny. See, it takes one to go to the next, Listen, you gotta give these guys a little slack. How many people died of heroin in this bathroom over here? But you see, he's cleaning the floor.
That's what I'm trying to do too. You think I'm not trying
Another 15 minutes going by. Now they're out. They're moving them away. I'm gonna go catch my train. Because we could just watch TV all night, but I got shit to do. So we'll hustle and bustle and get to the train. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Konnichiwa. You never know what you're gonna find. Sometimes you just gotta be like that. So we're gonna get on the W. Lots and lots of snow.
Hold the train. Not my train. So we'll enjoy some more beautiful snow for you all up there in Australia, Nat. This is the cold stuff. Of course, Eric's still gonna make videos. Just because he had one trial is nothing. You guys don't understand. Eric's had like 15, 20 cases going on at one time. One disturbing the peace could, I suppose, potentially end him up in a felony deterrent program failure, but we're really praying that that's not the case. Oh, that Silver Tongue video. Who is Silver Tongue? We've been trying to figure that out. Vegemite's not that great. Football? I'm assuming we're talking rugby. I don't play, but I'll watch it. Isn't that beautiful out there, folks? Just a nice snowy evening. Downtown Denver, Colorado. Good night, Cybertron. Ain't coming in the snow. It's so pretty. Guys, I probably could just let it go. I don't need to stay on out of here all night. Right. So they don't call soccer football in English. And Australia is English. Therefore, the football in Australia may very well be rugby. I did spend 3 years in the South Pacific. But maybe not. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Tell us all. No, it's not a good night for the homeless. As you can see out there, that's the snowy weather.
This is the W line to Union Station.
So soccer is football? Uh-oh, that guy's running. That guy's running. They're holding the door over here. You can't see it. I'm clicking the door. There's more people. There's more people running. We're going to hold the door for him. Yeah, he's already closing the doors. They don't like that. Yeah. See, we helped a couple people get on the bus, get on the train. Slightly different. Okay. Good to know. I've never been to Australia. Just Fiji and Samoa, American Samoa. We're racing the bus. No, we beat it. Yay. So while it's lit, we'll give you some of downtown Denver in the snow. It can be pretty. What else we gotta talk about? I don't know, folks. I'm kind of brain dead right now. Ooh. So yeah, Eric lost his trial, huh? Not the whole thing. He won most of it. The voir dire process was amazing. Maybe it was amazing because we could have waited on some of the things like not protesting outside the courthouse on the day of your trial. Just never know. Vegemites. So this is the Pepsi Center. There's a football, basketball courts there. Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, Eric lost his trial. He lost the public peace disturbance. The woman said, yeah, he did protest beforehand, right? But what he was protesting barefootedness and homelessness, and that might have impacted his. So 2 of the charges were dropped, and I think the jury knew that at least one of them were, right? I wasn't there for most of it. Guys, I got a job and I got to work, and it sucks because this isn't my life just doing this on TV every day, right? But, yeah, Eric protested outside the trial while I was doing jury nullification flyers, and half the jury had jury nullification flyers. So I think the problem was that we got all the good guys that would have been great for our jury off because they kept speaking out loud. I don't know at the end of the deliberation what the results will be. All I know is that he's got to pay a $100 fine. It's the only thing I know. He lost and he's got to pay a $100 fine. And I know that this is White Denver. That's the Auraria campus over there that you guys are looking at so beautifully. Yeah, Jeremiah, I don't know where in the north you're at, but I'm from Wisconsin, and I know what it's like. It sucks. And this isn't so bad, huh? Because up in the north there, yeah. 2 fish, Nat. 2 fish. I'm a water boy. The high seas. Actually, I got a birthday coming up next month. I don't know what I'm going to do for it. Oh, Michigan. Yeah. Regular Michigan or the UP? I'm a water baby. Yeah, that's why I go clean trash. That's why the ocean is so important to me, right? Spent 3 years in the South Pacific cleaning garbage off islands, trying to teach people not to make pollution. I got some other things that happen there, but, you know, that's a big part of the story. Just look at it all. It's beautiful. Now, you know, if I wasn't talking to y'all, I'd be cracking a beer right now. You're in the Finger Lakes, okay. Lower Peninsula. So I was born and raised in the Lake Geneva, Kenosha area of Wisconsin. But I've been to the UP before. I love the way lights play in the snow. Isn't it beautiful? There's a piggy, RTD piggy right there. I can't believe I'm showing you guys all just a train ride in the snow. Oh yeah, lake effect snow. Live at the beach, Nat. That's awesome. I'm sorry, Wesley. All I could think of was that's what she said. Hey, Ghost Rider. I need to follow up on that screen and order it tonight. Hopefully. Yeah, no, I was saying that if it wasn't for you guys being on live with me, I'd probably have ordered a beer now. Bloomer, Wisconsin. Never been there. Where's Bloomer, Wisconsin? That must be on the west side. Upper west side? Northwest? That's what I'm guessing. I love the beach. I love coral reefs. Some of my pinned video is sunrise in Savaii. No, is it Suva, Fiji? I can't remember right now. Look at all that snow. Might have to go work tonight. 25. Oh, near Lake Huron. Okay, nice guys. $25 an hour to go push that water around tonight. Think it's worth it? I haven't made up my mind. Oh, that's good. We need the snow up there too, huh, Ghost Rider? Holy cow. No weed for miles. And no drinking. Thanks. Thanks, Mac Man. Yeah, you know, it's kind of. I was working. I worked late. I had. I do a few things. So about Cut the Plastic. Let's talk about Cut the Plastic. Cut the Plastic Environmental Mitigation Solutions is focused on environmental cleanups, teaching people not to trash the earth with their plastic consumption. I don't use and I teach people not to use single-use bottled water. It causes breast cancer in men and women. It causes uterine cancer in women drinking bottled water. It also pollutes our bodies, causing our children to have DNA modifications and children to actually break out in puberty earlier in life when they drink plasticized water on a regular and consistent basis. So I have blueprints for a plastic recycling factory that's going to fit inside of a shipping container and run on wind and solar power.
This is the Decatur
Oh, you know about bisphenol, do you?
transfer.
Yeah, that's a big deal. In the South Pacific, it's even worse because fish populations in the harbors are having like 90 to 99% female populations instead of having a natural selection blend of 60-40 rough ranges. Thanks, BDBD.
This
By-
is the W line.
Oh, I get it. Okay, that by driven speed driven. Yeah.
The doors are
So, yeah, this is the train route. This is what I look at every day. It's beautiful. This is the Sheridan state. No, that's not. That was the Federal Decatur station. The Broncos football field is on the other side of the station. That big lit up building might be Human Services. I can't remember from here. I think it is. Yeah, it's Human Services Center. Yeah, Federal Decatur. So this is one of my favorite spots on the train line and my favorite spots in Denver. And this is the Dry Gulch Park. And for those of you who have ever played Frisbee disc golf, this is a 22-hole course. It goes over 6-7 blocks one direction, and then you got to come back the other. And you get a lot of train tracks. You got a gulch with water in it, a lot of trees. Crosses over, like I said, 3 roads.
This is the Knox station. Next stop.
And it's one of my favorite places to hang out and play in the summertime, in the spring, early mornings. Before it's 100 degrees outside, go throw the Frisbee around and walk off a couple miles. It's always a lovely experience. So anyway, back to the plastic pollution, huh?
This is the W line to Jeffco Government.
So I want to take this bottled water bottles and plastic trash, and I want to turn it into construction materials. We're going to make 2x4s and bricks to help people collect rainwater to turn into drinking water so that they're not buying all plastic water that's been shipped around the world. Hey, Nick. The jury found Eric guilty on the charge of disturbing the peace. I don't know if they're going to appeal that or not. No, and I'm not making a living out of a lawsuit. And I don't think Eric makes a living out of a lawsuit either. I want to be really clear about that. Eric is a veteran and he has a pension. And it might not be a wealthy pension, but he served his time, and I appreciate that, SoCal dude, because he is, we're not out after all this just to make a buck. We're out to do this to make a change, because we need to change the world that we live in and the world around us. And you're gonna go on pause because I'm calling, Mama's calling. What? Yes, it is actually in Colorado. And sorry about the everybody can do something for the moment. I'm the movement. I'm not sure. And Wesley, I'm not sure what's going on here with that. But I'm back, guys. We're back, and we're just having a casual chat on the way home. Helping the homeless does make a lot of sense, right? It makes a difference in our lives to feel spiritually pure and whole. And no, we never drank bottled water as children. We carried our jugs with us. And yeah, everybody. If I'm talking to my people online, it's a community. If I'm streaming live, then I'm streaming. And I might not always pay attention to y'all. This, however, is the Sheridan train station. Oh, that's a fun little piece of water light droplets on the screen there, huh? Yeah. So what else is going on, guys? I'll be honest, I'm just tired. It's been a long day, and I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out, showing you the snowy weather on our train route. This is the Sheridan parking garage right there. As you can see the gulch, the valley there. It's dry because most of the year there's no rain and no snow, so there's no water. And I don't know why he's hitting the brakes unless it's snowy. Oh, that must be it. It's snowing and he doesn't want to have an accident. Just a beautiful afternoon. No, I don't know why Eric didn't get all 3 charges dropped. I was at court this morning very briefly. He may have not talked about it because he was frustrated. He thought that he was going to win all of it. And there may be some repercussions for not winning it. We don't know what those are yet, so we're gonna face it in time, and he will talk about it. But this is 18 months, right? 18 months. And they might not be talking about it because of appeals strategy. There's a lot of things that could be going on that we don't know about. So we just gotta ride it out, give it time. That big apartment complex, that's what gentrification and upgrading looks like in our community. This was all just low income, poverty housing. Now they come because there's a train line, they buy up the land, and they're building up these big apartment complexes. And he was interviewed on the news. And so when he does interviews, he often doesn't talk about everything because he wants the stories to come out. He doesn't want to preempt them. Like when he was on Fox 31 the other day, he didn't play the recording of his conversation till after it was over. And so I'm just assuming, right? Jane, thank you very much. I'm just guessing based on my experiences with this man and with our community that there are reasons, and it'll come out in the end, right? I'm not overly discussing it. He's my friend, but we have other things that go on as well, you know. And he'll tell everybody what he wants to tell them. All these apartments are new, big apartment complexes, new apartment complexes. Yeah, if it's more than 1 or 2 stories, it's definitely new. So soon we're going to be crossing the line from, we already did actually. We're in Lakewood now. Sheridan train station is the transition from Denver to Lakewood. It's funny because you guys have been on with me for an hour and 15 minutes. No, Ghost Rider, I didn't see that. EJ, that's great. That's what we want to do. You know, that's global climate change there. Because Delaware usually gets snow, doesn't it, Bev? I would imagine so. It's up there in the northeast. So, Nick, yeah, we'll cover this again. The update is that there was a guilty verdict with a $100 fine for disturbing the peace. The bus driver said that her peace was disturbed because Eric was quiet and wasn't making noises. So she was worried about what he was. No, you can't always know, and it's not always a slam dunk. It's not perfect. We don't always actually know what's going
This
on.
is the W line to Jeffco Government Center, Golden Station. Stand clear. The doors are closing.
No, I was not in Denver in 97. I came in 13. But we've had snow since then. Big snowstorms, 2-3 day storms. I don't know about that. It's an interesting question. We'll find out. We will find out. So, guys, we're going to be on the last stretch of the rail here in a couple moments. The next stop is the Garrison Station, and that's where I live. I live inside the Garrison Station. That's a joke, of course, because as you'll see, it's not a building. You know, Buyer of Sorts, I would imagine Strike Team, that there might be videos, and I'm assuming that there's David Lane doesn't like to lose. The beautiful snow. Okay, here we go.
This is the Garrison Station.
Buyer of Sorts, that's an interesting question. The answer is yes. Thank you. The answer to that. What the heck? That was weird. So, for whatever reason, that door got closed and blocked. And, yeah, I mean, it dismissed all my charges. Why wouldn't I, right? And yeah, you're right. We did stuff for a bit, and David did do things pro bono. But that doesn't mean that we won't try to win or get that effort back, right? And David did take me on pro bono. He took Michael on. And he took our cases on pro bono before unlawfully, and I like it that way. It's my life. It's very depressing to look at all that stuff. Sorry if I'm ripping. Must be the train tracks in the station. We're just walking home on this beautiful evening. So, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of tired. I think I'm just gonna. Thanks all for hanging out with me, but it's time for me to call it a day. This is Brian Loma from Snowy Lakewood. Thanking you for liking and sharing my posts, my pages. Go check out my blog once in a while. I wrote some interesting things, and I need to get back on writing some interesting things. We thank you all. Have a good night.